What would you point to as your greatest success in that moment in Glasgow, and what were the frustrations as well that you had?
Well, so I think, as you said, this is a process, and I think, if there is success at these events, it is a joint success. Now, what we managed to do was to get almost 200 countries in what was already a pretty difficult geopolitics to agree to the Glasgow Climate Pact. And frankly, the reason they agreed to this is because every country, every government I've spoken to, and I've spoken to very many around the world, has understood that climate change is impacting them and their populations. In the last 18 months, I have physically traveled to well over 40 countries, some of them more than once, and every prime minister, president, minister I've talked to has said, no, we get it. We need to deal with this issue. So I think that meant that we were able to get this deal over the line. And in my opening remarks, I talked about some of the things that we managed to get. But just to focus on the private sector, for instance, because for me that was really important that we had this big private sector representation. We started off getting companies to sign up to commit to net zero. The UN campaign, Race to Zero. By the time we got to COP26, over 5,000 international businesses signed up, and that's continued. So we're now at 7,500. You also saw that $130 trillion of assets from the private sector committing to net zero. I mean, these are big numbers. What we need to do is to then translate this into action. So that money that is committing to net zero needs to be deployed in developing countries to help with energy transition, to fund climate resilient infrastructure. So, as I said, I mean, I think we did get success at COP in terms of being able to say we kept 1.5 alive.